What's with these adults fighting over a baseball? We're fighting and tussling over baseballs. Like baseballs. This is when I tell you the culture is cooked. Look at these. Foul balls received at baseball games. And I didn't have to scrap with a little 10-year-old. But when you're 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, and you're still partaking in the same reckless behaviors as a teenager, you, my friend, have issues. Back with another video because the foolishness continues. You know, I've been a sports fan for most of my life. Started playing sports around 7 or 8 years old. Started studying stats around 9 years old. And the thing about me, someone who's been to plenty of baseball games, quite a few basketball games, only a couple of football games. I've gone to a couple of tennis games. I've gone to soccer games. I've never been overzealous as a fan. I've never been someone who believed in booing players because I just thought it was lame. You know, when a player sucks, trust me, they know. So to make them feel worse about themselves and perhaps their lives, I'm not really down with that. I'm not down to kick somebody when they're down. If an athlete is giving you their ass to kiss, maybe you handle things a little differently as far as like how you support them. But booing and heckling them and throwing racial slurs and all that stuff, nothing is as lame as that. But what I'm noticing now with the modern day fans really think they're involved in the game. You know, when I was a teenager going to baseball games, you know, almost every month, deep down, I knew I'm a fan, they're the player. They're the ones getting paid to perform. Us as fans, maybe we're back in their salaries, but we're not on the field. We're not in the training camps. We're not practicing. We're not in the weight room. We don't know the mental and physical toll that it takes on their bodies, the wear and tear. You got a lot of athletes that are checking out at early ages. And let's be honest, the body isn't made for a lot of the physical contact that sports entails. My job as a fan is to come to the game, support my favorite team or my favorite player, and leave. That's it. So the job as a fan, truthfully, in my opinion, is to clock in and to clock out. Especially when you become an adult. When you're a child and you just know nothing but sports, and you know these are your heroes, maybe your role models for some of you guys, different story. But when you're 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, and you're still partaking in the same reckless behaviors as a teenager, you, my friend, have issues. And I'm looking at these fans now with the Phillies Karen. Listen, you saw the opening. I have about 4 foul balls that came my way that I grabbed and kept as souvenirs all this time. I didn't have to fight anybody. I didn't have to tussle with anybody. I didn't take any ball from a kid. What's with these adults fighting over a baseball? A baseball that has zero value. Again, I'm a baseball fan. I'm here to tell you the ball has zero value. Even if you were to get it autographed by some of your favorite players, at the end of the day, the ball has very little value compared to back in the days. If you catch a record-breaking home run, let's say, for instance, somebody's first major league home run or somebody's 500 home run, now we're talking. Because now that could be worth something if you put it on the market. But if a player just hits a regular home run into the stands, I get the thrill of catching the ball. There's an excitement. You feel a part of the game. I totally understand it as somebody who watches and who has played baseball. I totally get it. But you don't have to fight over baseball. It's meaningless. Those balls that I showed in the beginning have sat in that case for 20 years. Dusty and everything, because they have no value. Some of the signatures are all smeared. They're illegible. It has zero value. So the Phillies Karen, what are we doing? Let the kid have the ball. It's going to mean more to him than you. Believe me. The ball, once you go, is going to go to your grandkids maybe, or your children, whoever. It doesn't matter. Then we fast forward to the other gentleman tussling with an older man about a baseball. Again, what are we doing? Are we fighting over gold? Are we fighting over, did you just come across $100,000 in the stands? We're fighting and tussling over baseballs. Like baseballs. This is when I tell you the culture is cooked. And I'm not saying people historically have never fought over items. I don't know if alcohol is involved in most of these cases, but look what we're tussling over. Like if you guys were in the stands and somebody saw like a bag of money, $100,000, you know, and maybe you're thinking about like the life-changing events that could occur. If I grab that bag first, I can pay off my debt. I can buy a home. I can, you know, that's different. That's life-changing. Even if it's illegal, it's life-changing money. We're talking about a baseball hit by a random Phillies player that we're tussling over. And then you have the incident with Lamar Jackson and this fan, you know, touching helmets and touching guys. You know, is this wrestling when the wrestlers walk down the aisle and the fans are trying to grab them and touch their muscles and get their attention? Like, what's the fascination with touching players? Like, do you think these guys are like robots or you know, superhumans? Like, what's like, they don't have feelings, they don't have emotions. I get those who don't have empathy for players who complain about being broke or something like that, with them making millions of dollars. I get that. But to treat players like they're objects is wild to me. It's crazy. The player before Lamar Jackson is smiling when he got touched. I mean, you know, cool. He ignored it. I don't know if I would have ignored it. You don't have to slap my helmet. You're not my coach. You're not my teammate slapping my helmet for motivation. You're a fan. Your job is to sit there, cheer or boo, and that's that. I don't need the interaction as an athlete. I don't need the physical contact from fan to athlete. I don't need it. What does it do for you? So you can go home and tell your friends, oh, I slapped Lamar Jackson's helmet. Like, yo, it's so lame now. I just don't even know anymore. It's just weird. The behaviors are just weird. So Lamar Jackson pushes him. Could have probably put him in a coma if he wanted to, but he has to think twice. It's already hard enough playing and dealing with the physical contact on a football field and getting blindsided by a 300-pound linebacker. That's hard enough. So to worry about that and then worry about leaving the field and having a fan mush you in the head, like, that's not cool, man. And you know, that push was light because that fan did like a backflip. That wasn't even that hard of a push. But the point is, fans have lost control, and nothing. I mean, what's being done? Okay, you ban them from the stadium. I'm not saying everyone needs to be put into a jail cell, but I mean, something's got to give. Do I think the Phillies Karen should lose her job over a tussle about a baseball? No. She shouldn't be out of work. It's hard enough out here finding work. I'm sure she'll be fine if she does get let go. But the point is, she shouldn't lose her livelihood. But there needs to be consequences. Maybe she gets banned from all major league ballparks. Something like that. Because when you get older, certain things don't have the same value as they did when you were a child. Retrieving a baseball shouldn't give you that same rush, that same emotional attachment as a 40-plus-year-old than a 12-year-old going to a game with his dad. That's when you have to reevaluate your life. What do you value more, possessions or my sanity? Now you're getting heckled online. I'm sure she had to remove her social media accounts, and there was talks about her being terminated from her job. Was it worth it? This dude who mushes Lamar Jackson in the helmet. Is it worth it, bro? Everybody wants a damn moment. It's so not that serious. It's only sports. It's only sports. And you're listening to a sports fan. It's only sports. These players don't know you. They don't care. The game was over the moment they were offered these large contracts. That's not saying certain players don't have the passion. That's not saying certain players don't really want to win and perform for fans, but the vast majority are okay. They're doing it for each other. They're performing for one another. They're teammates. They're soldiers. They're in combat. They don't care about you guys. They have to say the politically correct thing because they're contractually obligated. So they have to say, oh, the fans. They have to do charity events and things like that. Most of these guys don't care. You can see their body language. They don't, and it's okay. They're humans. They're paid to do a job, and that's what they're trying to do. And when they don't do it, they get cut. They get fired. It's a stressful job. So to have a fan push you in your face and racial slurs, the fans are too invested, man. The fans are too invested, and it's not that serious.